alright there, pal? You really came out of nowhere there, buddy.
What? I wasn't even crossing the street. I was on the sidewalk.
Well, you ought to be more careful next time. The sidewalk is right next to the road where all the cars drive by.
But you weren't even driving on the road. You were driving on the sidewalk.
There's less traffic on the pedestrian-designated lanes.
It's not even a lane. It's the sidewalk.
Well, it's a hell of a lot safer than driving on the road with these wackos. Look at them all driving the speed limit. You know, this machine goes 120 miles per hour. If I'm not going to drive it at top speed every time I take it out onto the road, I'm just wasting its potential. And my money.
I don't think my legs are supposed to bend in this direction.
I think I have some water in my car.
Yes, please.
That really hit the spot.
I think my rib cage is broken.
Oh, don't be such a whiny willy. Bones heal, amigo. What you should be worried about is the damage you did to my car when you hit it with your body.
Your car is fine. There's not even scratches.
No, you see? Look at that. You got some blood on it. And now I'm gonna have to ask my maid to wash it out. You know how much effort it's gonna have to be to talk to a poor person?
Please take me to the hospital.
You want me to take you to the hospital? I don't even know you, man. We just met.
But you caused this!
Now let's not be too quick to point fingers. All kinds of factors contribute to road collisions.
You drove on the sidewalk and hit me with your car!
Some people are all about themselves.
I'm gonna die.
It's a tragic and all too common sight. Have you ever been a victim of someone else needlessly blaming you for their bad luck? But did you really cause it? Legally speaking, it could have been the universe. Hi, I'm Patrick Murphy, and I'm a lawyer. Every day, thousands of semi-respectable citizens such as yourself are accused of having caused accidents when the true culprit could just as well be fate. You can't see it, but I'm winking at the camera. Why not redirect this blame on something abstract, like coincidence? Because consequences are for poor people. So if you have money, you're in luck, champ, because Murphy's Law Firm can turn all your accusations into a confusing, philosophical conundrum. Don't believe me? Well, just take it from these other psychos. I mean, satisfied clients. I was facing felony arson charges after I burned down my fireworks shop to collect insurance money, allegedly, which in the process racked up a truckload of property damage along with some personal injury claims from those who had apparently been burned in the resulting hellfire. All things considered, a pretty great 4th of July, but I didn't want to go back to jail. Luckily, I came into some inheritance money after one of my wealthier relatives tragically and mysteriously died in a house fire. To this day, we have no idea how it happened. So I used the scratch to hire Patrick Murphy, and he made the case that no one could be held responsible for the incident since fire, by its very nature, is an uncontrollable force of chaos. I wasn't sure it would work at first, but the jury seemed pretty convinced after the courthouse also mysteriously caught fire during my trial. I genuinely don't know how that happened. And we may never know. My construction company was being sued because of some bullshit about faulty beams coming loose and knocking people on the head. You'd think it'd knock some sense into them. These people, blaming me for something I didn't even do. Am I wrong? As if I wanted a beam to fall. I don't control what the beam does on its own time, so I called Murphy. And as it turns out, I wasn't at fault at all. The only person to blame was Sir Isaac Newton, the inventor of gravity. So sue him, because you can't tell gravity what to do. That's like telling me to stop drinking on the job. When Murphy explained this to the prosecution, they understood. Especially after the grievant party fell off a building one day. He understood the concept of gravity a whole lot better after he dropped 4 stories. And then he dropped my charges. We specialize in all law, even the laws of nature. I'm an outback tourist guide, and I love surrounding myself with the most dangerous creatures known to man. I like to give people up-close and personal encounters with these carnivorous beasts so they have something fun to go home and tell the realities about. Sadly, not all of them make it back home, or at least not in one piece. What can I say? Crocodiles do fancy themselves a bit of human flesh. Don't much care for it myself. Tried some at a pygmy barbecue once a few years ago. Didn't like the taste. Or maybe I just don't like pygmy. Regardless, when a French woman threatened to take legal action against me because of a little tizzy she got in with the Tasmanian devil, it was like she thought I bit her thumb off. And I don't even like French food. But no worries, because after I called Murphy, he assured the court that even if I say it's okay to pet a wild animal, I am not responsible for whatever grudge it has against you. It was later determined that she must have provoked the animal because shortly thereafter she was mauled by a pack of wild squirrels. Must have been a perfume. Whatever it was, it can only be described as an act of God, legally speaking. Because at Murphy's Law Firm, we understand that some things are just out of your hands. Even our own lives may be nothing more than the predetermined outcomes of some vast cosmic algorithm operating beyond our comprehension. Our actions being puppeteered by the twisted hands of destiny. So why should you be held accountable for what happens? If the deck is stacked anyway, it might as well be stacked in your favor. So come down to our office, sign this contract, and presto changeo, you are now a blameless victim of circumstance, legally speaking. At Murphy's Law Firm, we know that if something can go wrong, it will. But it can still go well for you. Do you ever get nervous around these animals? Oh, nah. Yeah, the only bloodthirsty creature that scares me is my wife. Edit that out.